Hello students, today I am going to start your new chapter lines and angles, that is chapter number 9. Today we will do some definitions. So our first definition is of angle. What is an angle? When two rays originate from the same endpoint, then an angle is formed. For example, these are two rays OB and OA. These are originate from the same endpoint O, and then an angle is formed. The rays making an angle are called the arms of the angle, and the end point is called the vertex of the angle. This end point is called vertex of the angle, and these rays are called arms of the angle. Okay friends, when two rays originate from the same end point, then an angle is formed. This is definition of angle, and these rays are called arms of the angle, and this end point is called vertex of the angle. Angle is expressed in the term of degrees, and it can be measured by using a protractor. Okay students, we can measure an angle by protractor. Now types of angles on the basis of their degrees. You know about acute angle, right angle, obtuse angle, straight angle, reflex angle. Okay students, so firstly, what is acute angle? An angle whose measure is between 0 degree to 90 degree, that is called acute angle. For example, 75 degree, 80 degree, 69 degree, 89 degree, 1 degree. These are examples of acute angle. Now right angle, an angle whose measure is equal to 90 degree, that is called right angle. Obtuse angle, an angle whose measure is greater than 90 degree but less than 180 degree. For example, 120 degree, 91 degree, 179 degree, 160 degree, 100 degree. These are examples of obtuse angle. Now straight angle, an angle whose measure is equal to 180 degree, that is called straight angle. Okay students, now reflex angle, an angle whose measure is greater than 180 degree but less than 360 degree, that is called reflex angle. For example, 181 degree, 200 degree, 240 degree, 340 degree. These are examples of reflex angle. 0 to 90 degree acute angle, 90 degree right angle, 90 degree to 180 degree obtuse angle, angle of 180 degree straight angle, greater than 180 degree but less than 360 degree, that is reflex angles. Now we will do some pairs of angles. Now we will do complementary angles, supplementary angles, and adjacent angles, linear pairs of angles. So firstly, complementary angles. Two angles are said to be complementary if the sum of their measure is 90 degree. Okay, two angles are said to be complementary if the sum of their measure is 90 degree. Each of such pairs of angles is called a complement of the other. For example, 70 degree and 20 degree are complementary angles. Okay friends, two angles are said to be complementary if the sum of their measure is 90 degree. For example, this is given that this is an angle 50 degree and find its complement. Okay, so let us think that complementary of 50 degree is angle x, and it is given that these are complementary angles, so their sum must be equals to 90 degree. So we will find x by transposition of 50 on right hand side, then we get 40 degree. It means complement angle of 50 degree is angle of 40 degree, and complement angle of 40 degree is angle of 50 degree. So how can, this is the way how can we find complementary angle. Okay, now supplementary angles. Two angles are said to be supplementary if the sum of their measures of two angles is equal to 180 degree. In complementary angle, sum of two angles must be equal to 90 degree, and in supplementary angles, sum of two angles must be equals to 180 degree. Each of such pair of angles is called a supplement of the other. For example, 135 degree and 45 degree are supplement of each other because their sum is equals to 180 degree. 135 plus 45 degree is equals to 180 degree. Find the supplement angle of 100 degree. Okay, this is given that find the sum of a supplement angle of 100 degree. We know that if the sum of two angles must be equals to 180 degree, then they are called supplementary angles. For example, let x is supplementary angle of 100, then their sum must be equals to 180 degree. Then x is equals to 180 degree minus 100 degree, and that is equals to 80 degree. So supplementary angle of 100 degree is 80 degree and supplementary angle of 80 degree is 100 degree, because each of such pair of angles is called a supplement of the each other. Now adjacent angles. Two angles are adjacent if they have a common vertex and a common arm, and their non-common arms are on different sides of the common arm. Students, this is a diagram of adjacent angles, and here angle 1 and angle 2 are adjacent of each other because they have a common vertex O. This is a common vertex of these two angles, and arm OD is a common arm. This is also used in formation of this angle, and this is also used in formation of this angle. And their non-common arms OA and OB are on different sides of the common arm. These two arms OA and OB are on the different side of the common arm OD. So angle AOD and angle DOB are adjacent angles. Okay students, these two angles are adjacent because they have a common vertex, a common arm OD, and their non-common arms are on the different sides of their common arm. Now linear pair of angles. Two adjacent angles are said to form a linear pair of angles if their non-common arms are two opposite rays. For example, these two angles are adjacent angles. They have common arm OD, BD, and common endpoint or common vertex B, and their non-common arms are BA and BC. These two non-common arms are on different sides of this common arm, but this is a straight line, and these non-common arms are two opposite rays. So this is a linear pair of angles. Angle ABD and angle DBC are called linear pair of angles, and the sum of the angles of a linear pair is 180 degree. It means if this is of 110 degree, then it must be 70 degree. Okay students, two adjacent angles are said to form a linear pair of angles if their non-common arms are two opposite rays or a straight line, and the sum of angles of a linear pair is 180 degree. This is very important property. Now vertically opposite angles. When two lines intersect each other at a point, the two pairs of angles formed without any common arm are called vertically opposite angles. When two lines intersect each other at a point, then two pairs of angles formed without any common arm are called vertically opposite angles. These are two lines AB and CD, and they are intersect each other at a point O. Then two pairs of angles formed, angle 3 and angle 4, and angle 1 and angle 2. These are called vertically opposite angle because angle 1 and angle 2 are vertically opposite angle because they do not have any common arm. This is angle 1. This is formed from OA and OD, and this is angle 2. This is formed from ray OC and OB. So these two angles are vertically opposite angles, and angle 3 and 4 are also vertically opposite angles because angle 3 is formed from OA and OC. And angle 4 is formed from OD and OB. So they do not have any common arm. So angle 3 and angle 4 are vertically opposite angles, and angle 1 and angle 2 are vertically opposite angles. And students, remember that vertically opposite angles are equal. It means angle 1 equals to angle 2 and angle 3 equals to angle 4. This is very important property, students. Remember this, vertically opposite angles are equal, and vertically opposite angle of 1 equals to 2 and vertically opposite angle of 3 is angle 4. Now how can we prove that vertically opposite angles are always equal to each other? This is a theorem. Vertically opposite angles are always equal to each other. How can we prove this? So firstly, what is given? Line PQ and line RS are intersecting each other at point O. This is point O. Then we have to prove that POR equals to SOQ. It means angle 1 equals to angle 2. We have to prove this. And POS equals to ROQ. It means angle 3 equals to 4. We have to prove this. So how can we prove? Let's see proof. Students, this is a linear pair of angles because they have a common arm, and its non-common arms are two different rays on opposite sides. So this is a linear pair of angles, and remember that sum of linear pairs of angles is equals to 180 degree. It means angle 1 plus angle 3 equals to 180 degree. Angle 1 equals to angle 3 equals to 180 degree, linear pair. And angle 3 and angle 2 are also linear pair of angles. So angle 3 plus angle 2 is also equals to 180 degree, linear pair. This is equation 1 and this is equation number 2. Angle 1 and 3 linear pair. Angle 3 and 2 are also linear pair. It means angle 1 plus angle, look at these two equations. Angle 1 plus angle 3 equals to 180 degree, and angle 3 plus angle 2 is also equals to 180 degree. It means right hand sides of these two equations are equal. It means their left hand side must be equal. So angle 1 plus angle 3 is equals to angle 3 plus angle 2. Both are equal to 180 degree. Okay. So angle 1 plus angle 3 is equals to angle 3 plus angle 2. It means angle 3 is added on both the sides of the equation. It means angle 1 equals to angle 2. Angle 1 equals to angle 2. Similarly, we can prove that angle 3 equals to angle 4 by that angle 1 plus angle 4 equals to 180 degree. Okay. And angle 1 plus angle 3 is equals to 180 degree. Then angle 3 is equals to angle 4. Hence, vertically opposite angles are equal to each other. Okay. Angle 3 equals to angle 4 and angle 1 equals to angle 2. We proved this by linear pair property. Okay, friends. Now, try to solve your exercise 9.1. And if you face any problem in that exercise, then discuss with me.